Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants and just try to grow them how we want to, the best we can. If that's something you can relate to or you're just interested in doing some planty stuff, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So, I think I'm going to be starting my seeds. We are, at the time of this recording, we are in the middle of March, and I think that is like about 6 weeks from I think when my last frost is going to be. I don't really know, but we're going to start the seeds now. And I think I told you guys, I was originally going to put it in like these guys stacked up. I even got them all set up. I watered like the soil. I got it all set up. And now I'm like looking at it and I don't think it's going to like really work for like growing herbs. So I guess I'll be back. All right. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna scrap my original idea. I'll show you what I thought was gonna work out. So I have them all kind of like set up like this, right? I have 3 sets of 3 set up like this in little trays. And I put soil in it. I put the water in it to moisten the soil. I thought it was going to be all good. And then I'm like thinking about how like these plants grow. And I don't think like these are going to be like big enough. They're like 2-inch pots. And I don't think this is like a good idea for like growing herbs. So I went outside. It's raining. And instead, we're going to be just putting them in like 4-inch pots. And then I have bins that are still really dirty because I didn't clean anything off. Because it's still a little cold. It still gets kind of cold out here, so I don't want to turn on the hose or anything yet. But I have like bins that we're going to make like little greenhouses on. And then I already had set up some heat mats to put the bins closed up on top of. So that's what we're gonna do. And so I guess I'm gonna set that up first. You don't want to see me like putting dirt in soil, putting soil in pots, right? Like you don't want to see all that. It'll make the video really long. But what I was gonna do while I was putting all the seeds in, I went on the internet to kind of try to find some like herbal tea medicinal remedies for the plants that I'm going to grow, and I was able to find them. I found a couple for each one. I will leave the links or I'll link the sources to this information down in the description below. Do your own research. But if you want to go take a gander at where I found my info, you can. And you can also let me know in the comments below if there's like a better source. Because I needed to find a couple of different sources in order to like get all of the herbs that I'm going to be trying to grow. So we're going to do that. And then at the end of the video, I was going to show you, I ordered some stuff online and it came in. And it's Planty adjacent. It's not really like related. But I thought it'd be cool to just like go through real quick. And yeah. All right. So let me set up the pots and then I will see you when we're ready to go through the seeds and talk about what I found on the internet. All right, guys. So I have it all set up. All right, so we'll start off with chamomile. So from the interwebs, I found out that chamomile tea, or just chamomile in general, can help with GI issues, indigestion, cramping, nausea, ulcers, vomiting, GERD, diarrhea, anxiety. It can help be as like a sedative and help with headaches, nervousness, arthritis, and infection prevention. That'd be kind of cool. That's interesting. All right, the next one, I'll show you. This is the chamomile that I am attempting to grow. All right, the next one is lavender. It's this one. And that's all I could really find that helped was with headaches and nervousness. So if you guys know of anything else, with lavender, any of its other properties, let me know. So I'm just sprinkling it on, and then I'm just going to leave it. If the seeds are small, I don't think I'm going to cover the soil. I might just like agitate it a little bit, just because I don't want them to get like buried and then not germinate because they're too deep. All right, the next one is thyme. And thyme, I found, helps with colds, indigestion, and can also be used as a cough remedy. Again, most of these are for like teas. So like you would take, I guess, a thyme tea if you felt like you were coming down with a little cold. Which is interesting. I've never heard of thyme or thyme tea. If you have, let me know. And how does it taste? Is it an herby taste? Is it like a minty? What is it? All right, the next one is spearmint. And spearmint, I got written down, it helps with colds, coughs, asthma, fever, obesity, jaundice, and digestive problems. I don't know. It's a little weird to me that it, I mean, maybe it does all that. I'm not sure how it helps with obesity, but who knows? I'm also I usually have a hard time germinating any type of mints, so I'm kind of gonna just overload that guy with a bunch of seeds. All right, the next one is peppermint. And peppermint also helps with digestive issues, irritable bowel syndrome, and tension headaches. So that I thought was interesting. I'm going to try like a mint tea next time I have a headache, see if that helps. All right, the next one is dill. This is the variety I'm going to be trying to grow. And dill is good for abdominal discomfort and promotes digestion. So if you have, I guess, gas or anything like that, dill should help. A dill tea, maybe. I'm just going to dump a bunch in there. All right, the next one is sage, broadleaf. And sage helps with fevers, tonic, wounds, digestion, blood sugar regulation, which I thought was interesting, and a sore throat. So, I don't like how sage smells when you burn it. Like if you're going to burn sage, it usually gives me a headache. So I don't know. I don't know. All right. The next one is rosemary. And rosemary had a lot of things that it helped with. Nervousness, depression, decongestion, circulation. It said food poisoning prevention, dyspepsia, liver and gallbladder complaints, cough, and asthma. All right, the next one is lemon balm. And this one helped with sleep disorders, anxiety, restlessness, cold sores, and headaches. Just gonna toss all of that in here, see what happens. All right, so these are my non-basil plants that I'm going to be attempting to grow. And let me set you up with the basils. All right, guys, so these are all of the basils that I'm going to attempt to grow this season. And through my little research, I found that basil is good for soothing or cleansing intestinal parasites. I don't know about that. Acne, and it's an immune stimulant. So these are what I'm going to try to grow. I'm going to show you the setup of how I'm going to try to germinate these guys in my plant room. And yeah, I guess I'll give you updates as things progress. All right. All right, guys, I'm back. You can see right here, this is kind of like how I have them set up. I have one here, and then I have one right here. Both bins with the lights. There's a heat mat underneath them, and we're going to hope that everything grows. All right, so now that'll be it for the Planty stuff. So if you guys are heading out because you don't care about anything else, until next time, relax, plant, and peace out. But if you're interested, I ordered some things that are Planty adjacent. I have dirt all over my hands, but it's okay. And I'm going to show you them. So the first thing I ordered, I got them off of Etsy. I think I got all of this off Etsy. So the first thing I got is this Apothecary reference cards. It says on the back, in this deck you will learn the practical and magical uses of common plants and herbs. Use these cards for inspiration and to bolster your mastery of herbology through study. So, I thought that was interesting. And it has some index cards. I'll show you really quick. These are what this is like. I guess this is for like the magical stuff. You know, if you're into it, you're into it. I'm more for practical, but so that's the first one. Second one. We'll do this one. And that. And then those are all the ones that are in here. And I just think it's kind of cool because it goes through. So in this little booklet, it had thyme, sage, rosemary, peppermint, lavender, dill, and basil and chamomile, which is what we grew, right? We're trying to grow. So let me get a little closer to you guys. Okay. And I'll just read you and show you what they are. So this is thyme. It says, for practical, it fights bacterial and fungal infections, eases coughing, has antioxidant effects, can mitigate patchy hair loss. Interesting. Interesting. Magical, just because it's on the card, attracts loyalty, affection, and good opinion. Wear to ward off grief, hang in the home to promote good health. So I'll just show you kind of like how it's broken down on the back. And I figured we could just go through the ones that I'm trying to grow, because why not? So this is sage. For practical, it boosts memory and thinking capabilities, eases menopause symptoms, reduces pain, helps sunburns and sore throats. For magical, you write a wish on a leaf and burn to release intent. Burn incense when making decisions. Add to spells for wisdom. Interesting. All right. Rosemary. Practical is increases blood circulation and can induce hair growth. Protects the skin, boosts memory, and uses for indigestion and fatigue. Magical. Place beneath pillow to stop nightmares. Burn for love spells. Good for cleansing before performing rituals. All right. Peppermint is good for stomach issues, eases morning sickness and nausea, helps with allergies and asthma, and clears acne. Magical is wear at the wrist to protect from illness, leave on an altar to attract good spirits, keep in a bag to attract prosperity. And we're going to switch arms. Okay. Lavender. Practical. It possesses calming effects, antibacterial and antifungal properties. Good for anxiety, stress, and insomnia. And for magical, you burn the flowers to induce rest and sleep. Spread ashes around home to bring peace and harmony. Dill. It eases urinary tract infections. Good for digestive problems. Helps with liver issues. Can be used to fight bacteria. Magical. It repels dark forces. Hang in children's room to protect from ill will. Prevents nightmares and dispels jealousy. And then I'll do that one last because chamomile. Practical. It promotes relaxation and reduces swelling. Treats the common cold. Used for indigestion and anxiety. Magical. Use in incense for sleep and meditation. Plant around home for protection. Wear in hair to attract a lover. And then basil, the one I love. Practical. It's used for numerous stomach conditions and ailments, such as constipation, gas, loss of appetite, and spasms. Magical. It repels hostile spirits. Keep close to maintain a positive aura. Use in a bath to infuse with protective energy. So that's just something I thought was interesting. And it has like a whole bunch of other ones for different herbs. Like they have catnip. I guess we'll read catnip real quick because I have cats. Practical. It's used to treat insomnia, eases indigestion, mitigates headaches and hangovers. Useful in managing anxiety. Magical. Attracts good spirits when grown near the home. Keep beneath bed to bring safety while sleeping. It also attracts your cats and makes them get the zoomies and they run around and it's just fun. It's a fun time. All right, so that is the Apothecary reference cards. Real quick. All right, so with that came like this little booklet. I don't know. It has on this side, I don't really know anything about this type of stuff, but, you know, it's interesting. There's like Yule, Beltane. Some of these are like holidays, I guess, I think it's Wicca. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. But it kind of goes through, I guess, if you wanted to like set up an altar, casting a circle, spell jars, the Wheel of the Year is what this thing is called. And this one's a pendulum board. Interesting. They have a grimoire of herbs and minerals section. I'll kind of just show you, which that's kind of cool. It kind of goes through different like herbs and like it's not so much as like a practical thing, but you know, if it makes you feel good to do some of this stuff, then what does it hurt, right? And then in the back, what I thought was kind of cool is that it starts talking about, I think it's the last pages. Yeah, it has some minerals and they're like metaphysical properties. Again, something I don't really know too much about. I'm more about like the physical or chemical properties of minerals or rocks or stones. But it's just like a fun little fact to have. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to show you is like it's a tarot card box. The back says, the life force flowing in grasses and trees is as important part of nature. The force joins with the life force of a person, and if they control it with their will, they are capable of transforming the explicit world. The hidden power of plants, their symbolism and properties help to realize the past, present, and future. So, it's just interesting. We'll go through it real quick. I don't think it has any of the herbs that I'm growing, but it's pretty. And it's mostly for like, you know how there's like those little calendars where you like rip off each day and it has like a little inspiration quote or like a dad joke or whatever it is you're into. It's kind of like that with these for me, where, you know, I'll just pull a card, read the little inspiration quote, and take that as like, oh, you can't even see. Sorry about that. But they're just a bunch of flowers. And, you know, they'll say like strength. Like this one says like strength. You know, and it's just like something, and it's the white Egyptian lotus. It's a bunch of flowers and stuff that like I've never heard of or seen or anything. Iris and the willow, like there's a whole bunch, and I just think it's really pretty. Like this is a daffodil and willow. See, like some of these things are just, they're pretty, you know, and why not have pretty things in your life? You know, here's another one that's kind of pretty. It's really pretty. And then it has like a little book that like explains the cards and stuff like that. Yeah, so there's like flower, the herbaceous, the Three of Cups. The flower is the herbaceous periwinkle. It's meaning the flower seems pink because of the bright pink center. In fact, the petals can be white or creamy. Periwinkle is a very strong and powerful plant that can have a beneficial effect on various areas of life, extolling the cult of goodness, prosperity, family, union, and eternal memory. And then, like, it goes into, like, different things. But, yeah, I don't know. It just, something cute, something different. I was buying, I think this came with the Apothecary card, so I got it. It just came with it. All right, the next thing, and then I was kind of, like, on a kick, and I bought these other two things I'm going to show you. So, the next thing I got is the Botanical Inspirations deck. It features the secret meanings and messages of flowers with the treasured artwork of Pierre-Joseph Roté. It has insightful vignettes culled from history, lore, and legend. All flowers have stories to tell. So there's 44 cards with quotations, a 100-page illustration book, and a fold-out guide to the secret language of flowers. So I'll show you the little, this is the fold-out thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see all that. That's kind of far, but I'll come up close. Oops, sorry. And just move it up and down. Hopefully that's slow enough for you. And there's some more on the back. I'll try to get it so you can see. I know it's hard. Alright, so hopefully you saw that. I kind of kicked the table and kicked the thing by accident. It comes with like a little book. So first one I opened to is Lilac. Symbolism is first emotions of love. And then it has a little quote. Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. And then it goes, lilacs are amongst the most sweetly fragranced flowers to be found anywhere. Their brief but captivating beauty is celebrated in the poetry of Walt Whitman and Robert Burns, among others. In the language of flowers, purple lilac blossoms represent the first emotions of new love, and the white lilac is emblematic of youthful innocence. Lilacs owe their botanical name to the beautiful Greek nymph Syringa, who turned herself into a fragrant bush in order to escape the unwanted advances of Pan, the god of the forest and the fields. In Russian folklore, the lilac bush is believed to bring wisdom to newborn babies. Yeah, and then there's like an inspirational message. I guess we'll go through the lilac and then I'll show you some of the cards. All right. Like the lilac's fleeting beauty, you cannot hold forever that elusive feeling of falling in love for the first time. Don't get caught up in trying to chase that feeling down. Just nurture love and you will see it blossom and grow. And that's pretty much it. So I can show you bending it, but it's kind of, it's just something, it's cool. It's like a nice little like start of your day. Take a flower, pick a card, see a flower, read up on it. You learn a little bit. And yeah, I just think it's cool. So this is the cards. Ooh, about the illustrator. So all of these drawings are from Pierre-Joseph Rodet. He's from 1759 to 1840. He was born to a Flemish family of decorative painters. As a young man, he went to Paris, where he began painting the flowers of the royal gardens. His detailed etchings caught the attention of botanists, who taught him more about the anatomy of plants, and artists who introduced him to a new watercolor technique for illustrating flowers. Marie Antoinette hired Rideau to decorate the walls of her chateau. By the late 1790s, Rideau had become the most famous and sought-after flower painter in Europe. Empress Josephine invited him to come to Chateau de Malmaison to paint the flowers in her magnificent garden, which held over 200 varieties of roses. That must have been really cool. Between 1817 and 1824, Rideau published a 3-volume collection of his rose paintings called Les Roses, most famous publication. Since roses were Rideau's trademark, we have included 4 of his rose paintings in this Botanical Inspirations deck. That's cool. All right, so this is, I'm trying to show you some of them. Oh, all right, so let me find one of the roses, I guess. Apple blossoms, aster, bellflower. I gotta get to the R's, right? They're still in alphabetical order. Pink rose, red rose, white rose, yellow rose. Let's do the red rose. Okay. So red rose, hidden secrets. Three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And that's from Buddha. So this is kind of just what the cards look like. So I think it's cute to just grab a card, read a little inspirational quote, and see a pretty painting. Learn a little bit. I had no idea about the illustration, the author of all these illustrations. That's interesting. I used to like reading about like history. I used to like history growing up. It was something that I just enjoyed learning about, other people's lives and stuff. So it's kind of cute. So I have that, and then I have this thing, and it's an oracle deck. Can you see it all? There you go. So, do you rejoice at the opportunity to spend time in the company of nature's beautiful jewels, the sights and smells of such delicate yet powerful magical wonders that we call flowers? This deck puts at your fingertips 48 floral portraits, each one helping you connect to their energy and potency. Very interesting. And we'll look at the little book really quick. So it comes with like a book explaining everything. And hollyhock. We'll start at hollyhock. So fruitfulness. Now is the time to go out and reap. For all the harvest is yours to keep. You sowed these seeds right at the start. All your hard work was smart. This is a glorious cycle, never ending. More will bear fruit, just keep tending. And then there's a little hollyhock's message, hollyhock's magic, hollyhock revealed. There's also honey, and I'll kind of show you. I don't want this to be like too long where I bore everybody to death, but there's cool little inspirational quotes. And then, all right, so we have, this is what the back of the cards look like. This is what the front of the cards look like. So the bleeding heart, and it says sorrow. And I would have really liked these cards. I didn't know that they were going to all have like a picture of like a chick at the bottom. They all have them. I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's just I think it distracts from the flower, but it doesn't really matter, They all have a whole bunch of different chicks at the ends of their cards doing whatever it is they're doing. Living in their flower magic. But yeah, so that's it. There's a little fun thing. I just recently got all these, so I haven't done too much with them. I think I'm gonna probably use them as little inspirational things. Maybe I'll have one of them at work where, I can just pull a card and that'll be my day. I'll try to focus in on that for that day and whatever else. But we'll see, maybe. Alrighty guys, so that is the stuff that I recently purchased that is Planty adjacent. I think getting these cards will help me motivate me to learn more about the plants and stuff that I want to learn about. Because I want to learn about all this stuff, but sometimes there's so much to learn or so much material to look through, you don't know where to start. And so I figured if I can just pull a card and then it'll be lavender, and then I can do a little deep dive into lavender and see what I can find out. I do want to get some textbooks or just books about maybe herbalism, I guess, tea making mostly. So if you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, let me know, have you guys started your seeds yet? Are you excited? And do you guys think I'm actually going to grow something this year? Who knows? But until next time, relax, plants, peace out.